The whole room went dead quiet the second she yelled it. "You stole my wallet, you thief!" Every head turned. Forks froze midair. My mom's eyes went wide, my brother's jaw clenched. And there she was, my sister-in-law, standing tall, chin lifted, venom dripping from every word. She had that kind of arrogance that made even the walls want to back away. I didn't laugh out of fear or confusion. I laughed because I already knew how this would end. She reached into the bag sitting next to me, rummaged through it, and pulled out her wallet with a victorious smirk. "See? I knew it was you," she snapped. I just smiled, letting out a quiet, controlled laugh, not from guilt, but from pure satisfaction. She had no clue the game was already over. It hadn't started that night, either. It started years ago. The day she waltzed into our family with her polished smile and designer shoes. I wanted to like her. I really did. I shared my stories, my wins, pieces of my life, hoping she'd treat me like family. But underneath that charm was something cold, a subtle disdain that always peeked through. Little comments about my job, a smug grin when I stumbled, always judging, always calculating. The first time I saw just how deep her arrogance ran was at my own birthday dinner. She forgot my gift but made a show of flaunting the one she'd bought for herself. It was such a small thing, meant only to humiliate, but I smiled anyway. I had to. I had to stay calm while she sharpened her teeth on my insecurities. The betrayal came slowly at first, tiny cuts that didn't bleed right away. Missed invitations, twisted stories meant to make me look weak. I stayed quiet, collecting each slight, stacking them like bricks, building something she couldn't see coming. When the real proof finally landed, an email she accidentally sent me, outlining every little plan to ruin my reputation at work and poison my family against me, I didn't even feel shocked. I had already gone numb. I became methodical. I didn't react. I studied. I documented. I plotted. I knew better than to confront her in anger. I learned that revenge isn't about rage, it's about patience. It's about watching someone reveal their own weaknesses while you stay perfectly still. So I waited and I worked quietly. I logged everything: dates, texts, conversations, witnesses. I consulted a lawyer in secret. I moved finances around so her lies and theft in our family business were impossible to deny. I planted truths in the right ears, just enough for rumors to start. I didn't attack her directly, I built a quiet trap around her pride, one she'd walk into all on her own. And then came the night of reckoning, the family dinner. I knew she'd pull something dramatic, she always did. But I stayed calm, unreadable. I waited for her ego to demand a scene, for her to dig into that bag she thought would destroy me. She screamed, accused, cried, and when her wallet appeared, her triumph burned bright. I didn't move. I didn't defend myself. I just laughed because she still didn't get it. I had already written this ending months before. Every silent move, every piece of evidence, every whisper was part of the plan. That night, her outburst only lit the fuse. My careful work, the emails, the audits, the rumors I quietly fed came alive right after she shouted. My brother was the first to confront her with proof. Then my parents joined in. Each revelation landed like a falling domino, breaking her perfect image piece by piece. My laughter came out rough, raw. But I couldn't stop. For the first time, everyone finally saw the arrogance, the lies, the cruelty I'd endured in silence. Every mask she'd worn slipped right off in front of them. I just stood there, calm, watching as her world collapsed under the weight of her own ego. That's when I realized true revenge isn't about fury, it's about precision. It's about letting someone destroy themselves while you never lift a finger. She left that night with her wallet still in hand, but her reputation in ruins. I stayed, I didn't brag, I didn't celebrate. The satisfaction didn't come from victory, it came from silence. From the way my family finally looked at me and saw who I really was. The underestimated one who had quietly turned the board and won the game. I could finally breathe. And I laughed not because I'd hurt her, but because she'd accused me of stealing when all along the only thing taken was her illusion of power.